Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the premiere episode of Wild Card Chief. I am your host, Wild Card Mar. And yes, please like, share, follow, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Going over to I.O.W Sports on YouTube, where you can catch every episode of the Wild Card Chief. But look, the purpose of this show is, of course, if you are a Chiefs fanatic like myself, where it's literally Chiefs or die, this is the show for you. Now, I don't claim to be an expert, but I've been doing podcasts for a minute, and I must show love to our beloved Kansas City Chiefs. And before we get started, check out the shirt. Kansas City, my city, man. I love my city. Shout out to the homie, Cornell Gorman, Mr. CG out there in KC. Great man, putting it down for the city. Go like, share, follow, support that brother there. All right, well, let's get into it. We've had time to digest the first preseason game of 2022. And Chiefs fans, what y'all think? What did y'all think? I know we had a very productive offseason. The Chiefs did. The draft went well. I know there's some heartache about Tyreek Hill getting traded. Well, quite honestly, we all must understand it's a business. We're going to miss Tyreek. But we got to be honest about how the world was playing the Kansas City Chiefs with Tyreek Hill on it. They wanted everything underneath. Too high safety. Of course, we heard it all. But you got to understand, see, the Chiefs do not operate by killing you by 1,000 cuts. That's just not how they're built. They can do it. They showed that they can do it. Few plays from a third Super Bowl appearance. So that they can do it. But they're not built to do that. But after this first preseason game, I'm feeling very optimistic about that offense. But here's 5 observations that the Wild Card Mars saw from this preseason game. And yes, we're going to start with, of course, the aforementioned Patrick Mahomes. See, Patrick Mahomes in the offense will be just as explosive and potent. And here's the good thing. Here's the good thing for the Kansas City Chiefs. You still have old, reliable Travis Kelce. They made sure they gave him some extra money this year. Good job, front office. Pay the people who have always produced. So Travis Kelce will, of course, be in the fold. Marquez Valdez-Scantling coming over from Green Bay. Him and Patrick Mahomes have a good rapport. MVS, you got to be careful with the drops, though. I know that's kind of been one of your things and durability a little bit on why Green Bay didn't re-sign you, but you got a nice little contract to show that you need to take your game up to the next level. I like him. Juju Smith-Schuster. Come on, let's not act like Juju wasn't a Pro Bowler in Pittsburgh. 5 years there. Of course, he had, AB on the other side, had Chase Claypool on the other side. Well, he comes over to Kansas City, and guess what? He still doesn't have to be the number one guy. You get great production from Juju when he isn't tasked with being the number one guy. So expect big things from Juju. Hey, of course, everybody's talking about sky is the limit. Yes, Sky Moore. He's going to add something. I mean, here's my dark horse that's going to add something to the offense. If Jody Fortune can get back to the form he had before he had the injury last year, look for him to be a definite solid number 2 tight end. The body size is there. The go up and jump over defender is there. He's a huge red zone threat. I'm hoping that he can add another element to our offense, so look out for that. But please, Chiefs fans, don't be worried that Tyreek Hill is no longer there. Yes, are we going to miss the big play ability where you can just go 1-2 plays on the field to get a touchdown? Of course, we're going to miss that exciting element of our offense. But please believe, Mecole Hardman, did y'all see his playoff run? He was balling in the playoffs. Huge game against Buffalo. I mean, there was that touchdown he scored where it looked like he had nowhere to go and somehow had enough jets and agility to get past the defensive end and take it to the house. Let's not forget that Mecole Hardman at one point was touted to be the replacement from Tyreek Hill when he was going through his legal troubles a few years ago. Still have faith in Mecole Hardman. I still have 100% faith in Mecole Hardman. So, please, everybody calm down with the noise about the offense. The offense will be just fine. You got to remember the elements are still there. Patrick Mahomes is still there. Travis Kelce is still there. Mecole Hardman is still there. Our offensive line is getting better. It's still there. And you still have one of the best play callers in Andy Reid is still there. And must give credit to Eric Bieniemy because he is still there as offensive coordinator. So, offense will be just fine. There's a couple of benefits moving on from Tyreek. You get all the draft capital back. You freed up cap space. You're not paying Tyreek Hill $30 million a year. It's okay, y'all. We'll be just fine. Of course, another big name coming out of training camp is Isaiah Pacheco. And look, did he do anything very, boisterous in the preseason game? No, he didn't. But I did see that he did not stay long in the game. He was not lingering around late in the second quarter, third or fourth quarter in that preseason game, and that gives me the inclination that Isaiah Pacheco will see significant playing time. The talk has been about him through all the training camp in St. Joe's, but I'm telling you, when you see a rookie not playing deep into the first preseason game, that gives me all the ideas that Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy have something special lined up for this kid. Yes, he's already been touted to be the kick returner, but I think it'll be more than that. Please expect some packages for Isaiah Pacheco, and further we get into the season, more significant playing time for the new number 10 in Kansas City. And that brings me to my third observation, that Clyde Edwards-Helaire must perform well this season. Played 13 games in his rookie year. Last year, only played 10. So there's things that we are needing from Clyde Edwards-Helaire, especially from a running back when you go and get in the first round. Now Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been very polarizing amongst the fans, and whether he's a buzz or he can't get it done. And I've been on the side of times where, I don't think Clyde Edwards is it. Because you bring in Ronald Jones, bring Derek Gore back, Jerick McKinnon back, get Isaiah Pacheco. It's a crowded backfield this year. And to me, and in my humble opinion, that this is a make it or break it year for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He must live up to the first round draft pick. He must. Because when you go up and get people in the first round, you're expecting them to be constant and very positive contributors to the team. And not saying that he hasn't, but there comes a stigma when you get drafted in the first round that you must be a, cornerstone piece to whatever side of the ball that you play on. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire just isn't touted as one of those cornerstone pieces on the offense quite yet. But this year is going to be the true testament for him because he's in a very crowded backfield. I mean, Ronald Jones is still 24, y'all. Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, we already talked about Isaiah Pacheco, who's been getting a lot of love in training camp. And don't be surprised, you see packages for him. Jerick McKinnon and both Derek Gore did great last year showing up in football games when we did not have Clyde Edwards available. So the backfield is very loaded, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire to keep RB1 next to his name, he must perform well this season. Fourth observation that I observed is that Chris Jones must lead Sack Nation back to a new level. Obviously, he gets the sack in the preseason game on Justin Fields. You love to see it. And we got great pressure in that preseason game. I know it's the Bears. I get it. I know. But you got to see it. You got to see it coming into fruition. You see the new Frank Clark said he put down the alcohol, lost some weight, looked like he's getting quicker off the line. Let's hope he returns to that playoff run in 2019 that we've been so dyingly wanting from Frank the Shark Clark. And my fifth observation that ties into that fourth observation, George Karlaftis and Leah Chanel, they're going to bring another element and attitude to this defense. Did y'all see George? He was all over the field. Now, this tape that I'm about to say might get some love, it might get some hate, but I don't care. I'm getting very Jared Allen-esque vibes from George Karlaftis. The man had a motor. He was all over the field. 2 QB hits, a sack. Brought great pressure. Yeah, it was against the number 2s and 3s, but guess what? That's what you're expected to do when you are the first round pick. It's to show up against the talent that is against you. But I'm getting very Jared Allen-esque vibes from him because of the same motor, the not quit effort, which in my opinion has been missing from the Chiefs defense the last few years is effort. He is a play to the whistle type of cat, and that's the attitude that you need on defense. Because we got to understand here, Chiefs fans, when you get the attitude like that, it spreads. Because you want to have a very well-balanced team. And that defense is going to need to match the output of this high potent offense. You bring it all together, and guess what? You continue to go to AFC Championship games. You will continue to go to Super Bowls, and hopefully you continue to bring Vince Lombardi's trophies back to Arrowhead. Leo Chanel, what can I say about him? That boy is going to be, he's going to knock some heads now. You talking about a cat that plays with that, I like to call it the don't give a damn attitude, where he don't give a damn if you wearing the same color jersey as him or the opposite jersey. He's going to hit somebody. And you bet not be in the way of Leo Chanel. He is going to bring the wood. Those two fellas are going to bring two different attitudes to this defense. And you combine that with the fact that the Chiefs has signed Carlos Dunlap, who has been very productive in his later years of his career. You bring in Danny Shelton to help in the middle. I'm not expecting him to beat out Colin Saunders or Derek Nottie, but please believe he does bring championship caliber with him. He was on that Patriots team in Super Bowl 53. So that brings another added veteran presence to the D-line. Are y'all excited, Chiefs fans? I know the Chiefs lose 14-19, but please, you got to take what the great things that they did in that game and be very, very optimistic on what is going to happen this season with the Chiefs. I'm very excited. For the first time in a long time, you might see the most complete Chiefs team in history. The defense is young and fast, very athletic. Let's not forget Willie Gay still coming into his own. Nick Bolton has the green dot on his helmet. Liabilities like Dan Sorensen and Ben Neiman are no longer on that side of the defense. I'm telling you. And we must not underestimate the presence that Justin Reed is bringing as well as our new safety. Yes, I respect and love Honey Badger, but guess what? I'm loving what Justin Reed is bringing to that defense. He's bringing swag. He's bringing attitude. He's not afraid to hit. And hell, you need a backup place kicker. He can do that too. All right, Chiefs fans, jump in the comments. Tell me what you think. Things you agree with, things you don't. Spread the love, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, spread the word of what's happening here at I.O.W. Sports in this very, very Chiefs show, the Wild Card Chief. It's all about the Chiefs, baby. Let's get back to the Super Bowl. Let's get another title, and let's continue to root on our squad. Until next time, y'all, the Wild Card Chief, Wild Card Mar, is out. Peace and love.